Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe. And here's some Battlefield Bad Company 2. I can't remember the name of the map I ended up going on in this game. I only recorded it last night. I've grown increasingly bored playing Battlefield 3. Even Capture the Flag, which has sparked my interest somewhat in the game. There are even Capture the Flag, which is quite good. There are issues with it. The main one here, Valparaiso. I didn't like this map when I first got this game, but it's been growing on me ever since. I certainly like the last couple of MCOMs. It's the middle one, middle set I don't like. Down at fishing village, it's always hard work. Even defending or attacking it can be hard work. Although you'll see one of the lads on my team squad gets quite a good little vantage point I'd never seen before. I thought I'd seen most of the little tricks on this game before now, but this was a new one on me. But anyway, yeah, get back to Capture the Flag. The fact you can run around your enemy's spawn area really gets on my tits, to be quite honest. And I don't know why I picked the M249. I had been using the G36 thing, the one that has its own red dot scope in it, so I could carry the lightweight pack, but excuse me, I decided to try a couple of different guns, and then straight away I'm getting shot. I mean, I don't think it's a bad tactic really, getting a couple of lads down towards your enemy spawn and trying to pick them off. The problem is it's when you can't spawn anywhere without being shot in the arse that really annoys me. I've had a couple of matches, one match on Sablan Pipeline springs to mind, and I swear the same guy got me 6 times because I didn't have the brains, I suppose, to spawn one of my squad mates who was further away and then run back and, you know, flank round the clown. And then a couple of nights ago I was playing on it, and it was on an abandoned flats, and there was 2 or 3 guys constantly spawning in our area. They were trying to actually nick our helicopter, but when our helicopter wasn't there, they were making an effort to just shoot everyone in the back basically, and that took me and our helicopter quite a while to clear the clowns out, and I finally found the spawn beacon that they were coming in on. I could see them helicoptering in. It took me a while to find the spawn beacon. So I've no real interest in air superiority. I think I've clocked up about an hour in a plane now, and I've never managed a single kill yet. I have unlocked heat-seeking missiles, but they don't seem to do fuck all because the opposing pilots always seem to be better than me. Conquest, I never played that much on Bad Company 2, and I've not played it that much. I've only played it on Battlefield 3 when friends have been on it and I've just joined in. It's not something I'll do on my own. Team Deathmatch, it doesn't really appeal to me, to be quite honest. If I want to play Team Deathmatch, I'll probably put Modern Warfare 3 in, which is as likely as me playing Team Deathmatch on Battlefield 3, to be honest. Rush mode has never really worked for me on Battlefield 3. Looking at the normal maps, Carg Island can be fun, although recently it's been a whitewash of some description, whether we've been getting our asses kicked or we've been kicking their ass. It's never been that fun. Metro, I mean, I posted a video recently on Metro that we actually won on the defence, which is an extreme rarity. Normally one side is completely dominant on Metro. Certainly the case of last time I played on it. I think it was 6 again. We were 6 and they had 8, and we just got fucking hammered basically. So that was no fun. What else is there? Grand Bazaar has got better with age. One of the few that has. I struggle to think of the other normal maps, to be honest. Sharkey Peninsula, Gulf of Oman. What's the other ones? Wake Island. I've not played Wake Island for probably 6 months, if not more. And I'm just bored of the whole game, to be honest. And some of the aspects of Capture the Flag have been getting on my wit recently, like people constantly spawning in your spawn area, or putting mines down in front of your bike and you're blowing up as soon as you set off, and it just gets boring. Whereas this game, on the other hand, that doesn't happen. You have a safe zone where your enemy can't get into, and you can spawn in. Now, I like the maps, I like the relative simplicity of the kit selection, in terms of there's not 7 or 8 scopes to pick from for each gun. You've got a red dot, an iron sight, and a 4x scope for everything apart from the sniper rifles, and they have, what is it, an 8x scope and a 12x scope, I think, and then you have a few other little tweaks, but for the most part, you know, the guns are all fairly similar. If you look at the damage stats and stuff like that, most of them are there or thereabouts. I like the fact that most of the time, anyway, apart from a couple of occasions on this round, I hit what I'm shooting at. You know, I don't understand why. And I get that DICE never claimed that Battlefield 3 was going to be any sort of follow-up to the Bad Company series, and oh, that guy thought he was doing. Therefore, it wasn't going to play the same. But I don't know. I suppose we all fell for it. We enjoyed the beta. I just couldn't. It's the other thing that gets on me. Well, one of the things that gets on my nerves is the amount of recoil on the gun. That guy just properly pissed past me then and got shot in the back for his trouble. I didn't realise that was guy on my side then. The recoil on the weapons is outrageous in my opinion on Battlefield 3. My favourite gun, preferred weapon, whatever you want to call it in this game, was the AKS-74U, which had virtually no recoil whatsoever. I think I got killed here reviving this guy. I don't know, am I still... No, stayed up. Yeah, it had virtually no recoil whatsoever. Where they used the same weapon on Battlefield 3 and it was all over the place. I mean, I still somehow managed to get 300 kills with it, but as soon as I got that third service star, that was it. I've never used it again. I think they're going to use most now on engineers a G36, and even that, even unless the guy's standing right in front of you, you've got a proper tap fire all the time. And I'm not saying it's not realistic. I don't like it, and I'm not going to play a game I don't like. Killzone 3 is probably halfway between the two. It does, the gun wavering and the recoil and stuff is noticeable compared with Bad Company 2, but it's a joy compared with Battlefield 3. And this is a sort of carry on. This guy legging it into our spawn area, idiot. So overall, there's lots of things that brought me back to this game. I prefer the maps overall. I'm not a massive fan of the one you do on the submarine base one. Although the last time I played it a couple of nights ago, that was actually quite enjoyable as well. I was just a bit annoyed I didn't record it because we did really well. I prefer the way the weapons handle. I prefer the kind of subtle nuances, if you will, to the weapon choice. There isn't a massive difference between them, and certainly, well, there isn't a massive difference in terms of you can't customise them to, you can't put foregrips on and extended mags. You can have extra ammo, but you can't put extended mags on. There's tactical light, laser red dot sights, 7x scopes and all this shit. It's just red dot or an ACOG scope and that's it. The one thing that did confuse me, I kept pulling out the defibrillator when I was trying to drop health on this, because it's the opposite way around for some reason. I don't know why they changed that. Was one proper stupid manoeuvre. So you'll see me fanning around trying to pull med packs out and trying to revive people and vice versa. On this match. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get to play this match all the way to the end. This video is about how I should have proper spray and pray there for me. I had to finish on the penultimate MCOMs, unfortunately, but the video is still 16 and a bit minutes long. I mean, we didn't quite steamroll them, but they put up a spirited response, I think is the best way of describing it. I should have knifed that guy then. But they didn't really do that well at stopping us. I would like to check on how I've been doing on this weapon, to tell you the truth. I'm guessing that's a bronze star. I've only just started using it the other day. Unfortunately, things like StatVerse don't seem to want to work anymore. It says it's going to take 12 hours to get me stats, and I leave it running all day at work and it doesn't appear to do anything, so I can't really check that anymore. But in summary, I just enjoy this game more. The controls, I've noticed, they're quite, certainly when you're trying to knife something, there's quite a long delay, certainly compared with Battlefield 3. I know a lot of people complain on Battlefield 3 about the input lag, as they called it, on the PS3. I personally never noticed anything. And I tell you, if you want to play this straight afterwards, there's a big bloody difference. This seems to take forever. This is one thing that does get on my tits on Battlefield 3. I deployed my parachute then. Something I've never been able to do jumping off a building on Battlefield 3. Another thing that gets on my nerves. That is a proper input lag for me. I very rarely ever get to deploy my parachute when I come out of a helicopter, unless it's a mile up. But I did kind of think about, there's a guy on my minimap there on our team trying to needs reviving, but was one other thing I would say about Battlefield 3, it makes it a lot more obvious where your comrades are who need reviving. I mean, on this one there's only a very faint little, I presume, heart monitor thing, zigzaggy, over them when they need reviving. A lot more obvious on Battlefield 3, one of the few things it does better. And the server browser is one thing I'd like to see in Bad Company 3. And the other thing I was wanting to say is, not apologise isn't the right word, but just, I am sorry that I didn't get any videos out over Easter. I wasn't in work, I didn't have very much time spare to game really, let alone actually do any commentaries. But anyway, I decided to switch to my, I think this is the AN94. I know it only fires, it's a, what do they call it, a double tap, or what are you going to call it, 2-round burst weapon or something. I'd started off, I think, with the XM8 on this game, and I was reluctant to use a non-automatic weapon, but the penny dropped about a month before Battlefield 3 came out that it was actually incredibly powerful and incredibly accurate as well, this gun, as long as you were tap firing. Obviously if you keep your finger, there was a few times when I've been in the middle of a firefight and I forgot that it's a tap fire thing, and I've been holding the trigger down thinking, why the hell am I not shooting anyone? But there you go. I think we actually managed, we've got that armed now, haven't we? Yeah. And I actually managed to find quite a good spot here just to defend. I think I managed to pick a couple of people off going into disarm it. But the teammates were quite cute on this. They were smart enough to kind of back you up if they saw you defending or attacking, whatever you want to call it, a certain part of the map. They were quite willing to lend a hand, if you will, and spawn on you and back you up basically. And I got revived a few times as well, which I've been revived more times in this one match than I have in the last 2 or 3 weeks on Battlefield 3. No one seems to be bothered about reviving anymore. Not even in rush mode where you're counting the tickets. I mean, capture the flag I can understand it because no one's counting tickets in that. But in rush mode, just no one seems to be bothered. I don't know whether it's Call of Duty players coming over from Call of Duty, funnily enough, and it not being ingrained in their psyche, if you will, to revive people. Other gaming news, I'm trying to get through a third and final Dishonored playthrough. There's a few trophies I'm going for. And I'm interested in Defiance. I do have the Starhawk single player, which I erroneously said in my last video was free. It must have been free for me. I definitely wouldn't have bought it, but it's not free now. It's 15 quid, or 15.99. This is my big problem here. 2 guys coming and I don't shoot the right one. I never shoot the right guy. But I'm interested in that. Starhawk grabbed my interest, but I'm onto a mission now. I've got to fly on this spacecraft and keep taking. This is where this guy camped. Not camped is the right word, but it was quite a clever place to spawn, and I'd never seen that before. The opponents didn't seem to pick up on it straight away, so we were kind of left on our own up there. I mean, someone did get me there with C4, but for the most part, the enemies didn't really push us there. But going back to Defiance, the beta was very good. Starhawk initially started off interesting. The mission I'm on now, if there's a lot of this flying through space crap, I'm not really interested, to be honest. It is dull and repetitive and not really something I'm interested in doing for any length of time. I don't get a great deal of time to game, and I'm not suggesting. I mean, watching Dishonored, you'll know it's certainly on these like the stealthier parts. You don't necessarily do anything particularly great for minutes on end, but there was no sense of actually achieving anything on Starhawk, so I stopped doing it. But Defiance, the thing I like about Defiance, which struck me as being very similar in a lot of respects to Starhawk, is that it's basically like a permanent co-op mode. Oh, I fucking missed him with that grenade there. Thankfully he wasn't looking at me. Yeah, Defiance is basically, if you get in with some regular players, whatever you want to call it, it's a constant co-op mode. Because there's humans appear on your minimap and you can squad up with whoever you want, whenever you want. And obviously if you're part of a squad then you can communicate with each other. So that always on co-op mode aspect to it intrigued me. I think I've seen it for £26 now. And I've got a few things I want to get rid of. Modern Warfare 3 is coming close to getting sold. It's not that it's worth a great deal of money. Likewise for Killzone 3, which I still have a soft spot for, but I'm just not inclined to play it. I probably won't delete the multiplayer data thing, and I might, because I know the Killzone 3 multiplayer is free. I downloaded the Uncharted 3 multiplayer the other day, but I didn't enjoy it. I got my ass kicked, and I don't really like third-person multiplayer. I did play the third-person multiplayer on Defiance, and I did alright. I managed to go plus figures, which for a third-person game is unusual for me. So I'm interested in Defiance. I like the aspect of the co-op mode. Other than that, I haven't really read that much into it, so I don't really know what the aim of the game is. I'm presuming, I mean, the weapon unlock system and stuff seemed pretty generic to me. We'll see. I got this guy quite by surprise. You can see me in the bushes there, shot him right in the face. Yeah, Defiance is definitely on the radar. I had considered Crisis 3, but a couple of people on Twitter have suggested it's not that good. Now I have to say, in its defence, when I played the beta on my PlayStation 3, even though it had that peer-to-peer crap that annoys me, I think I only had host migration once, but that did put me off. It's one of the reasons I don't buy Call of Duty, one of the many. I can't cope with a game that doesn't play on dedicated servers. Certainly not for full price, so we'll see if I can get Crisis 3 for 15 quid or something, then we might have a punt. I did enjoy it. When I was playing it, I thought the gameplay was great. So we'll see. Far Cry 3 was on the agenda for a while, but single player wise, I played Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 1, and the size of the maps just didn't appeal to me whatsoever. It just felt like I was doing, it was like Just Cause 2 but not quite as fun, where Just Cause 2 does kind of encourage carnage a lot more. I didn't see this guy. I see this guy's head coming in a sec when I turn to look at it, and just see a little blob of red, and I thought, oh shit, that's the guy disarming it then. So that took me a minute to line my shot, and I did get him with a couple of shots, but unfortunately he'd disarmed it by then. And I'm just about to finish this now in a few seconds. So thank you for watching, guys. Just to let you know, I'm off Battlefield 3 unless people are online, and I may join in. I'm contemplating Defiance, but for the most part, if I'm online, I'll probably be playing Bad Company 2. I'm trying to get through Dishonored again, but there we are. I do have another Bad Company 2 commentary to bring you. Unfortunately, it's in the middle of a 1.5 hour long clip, if you will, video, so I need to trim that down and get it all lined up, and then I'll do the commentary. It was a much better gameplay and a bit shorter than this one. So thanks for watching, guys, anyway, and you guys take it easy, and I'll see you later. Thanks for listening. Bye.